Welcome to our discussion of humanity's evolving perspective on the material and spiritual world, where we will answer the question of which was more important in each era. From the dawn of civilization to the modern era, our relationship with material wealth and spiritual significance has transformed profoundly, shaped by new ideologies and revolutionary technologies. Our discussion starts in the Bronze Age, a period marked by groundbreaking technological and societal changes. The development of bronze tools enabled early societies, such as those in Mesopotamia and Egypt, to create tools and weapons that drastically altered their social structures. Bronze, which is an alloy of copper and the much rarer and more prized tin, was revolutionary. It allowed the production of more durable and effective weapons and tools, which in turn supported the rise of stratified societies. As detailed in The Hittite Laws, edited by James Pritchard, bronze became an essential element in societal regulation. Bronze was not just a useful metal, but a symbol of power and authority. There were laws that mandated the purity of bronze and imposed penalties for its misuse, demonstrating its value in maintaining social order. In Mesopotamia, the story of the Epic of Gilgamesh, my version translated by Andrew George, reflects the era's preoccupation with material power and the quest for immortality. Gilgamesh's journey symbolizes the struggle between the fleeting nature of material wealth and the desire for eternal glory. The epic is not just a story of one man, but is an allegory on the values of his era, for the first time primarily focused on material accomplishments. In ancient Egypt, the focus on material wealth extended beyond physical life and into the afterlife. The ancient Egyptian pyramid texts, my version translated by James P. Allen, reveal that material possessions, including elaborate burial goods, were believed to aid in the journey to the afterlife. These texts emphasize how certain objects were intertwined with spiritual beliefs, reflecting a worldview where the physical and metaphysical were deeply connected. The grandeur of the pyramids and the richness of the burial practices were not just expressions of worldly power, but also reflections of Egyptian beliefs in the material world's role in the afterlife. The preservation of these artifacts were seen as a means to secure one's place in eternity. Millennia later, in the Hellenic period, Greek philosophers began to challenge the materialist centric perspectives of earlier eras. Plato's Republic, my version translated by C.D.C. Reeve, proposes a vision of a utopian state where material wealth is secondary to the pursuit of justice and wisdom. Plato envisioned a society where philosopher kings ruled based on understanding of the forms, including the form of the good. In this ideal state, material possessions were less significant than the pursuit of higher truths and justice. Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, my version translated by Terence Irwin, complements this by emphasizing that virtue is the highest good attainable. According to Aristotle, true happiness is achieved through virtuous living rather than the mere accumulation of material wealth. Aristotle's ethical framework emphasizes the importance of character and moral virtue. He thought that material goods are necessary, but only as a means to achieve a virtuous life. His concept set the stage for future philosophical debates about the role of material wealth in human fulfillment. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, offers a Stoic perspective on the relationship between the material and the spiritual. His writings, my version translated by David Smith, reflect a philosophy that values inner virtue over external possessions. Aurelius argues that while the material world is constantly changing, our responses to it should be guided by reason and virtue. Stoicism, as articulated by Aurelius, contends that true contentment comes from within. This philosophy influenced many subsequent thinkers and remains relevant today in discussions about materialism and personal fulfillment. The rise of Christianity introduced a revolutionary perspective on material wealth and spiritual equality. Bartolomé de las Casas' work, Historia de las Indias, was a groundbreaking work in advocating for the rights and dignity of indigenous peoples in the Americas. De las Casas' writings were a bold challenge to the historical colonial societies. His arguments for the inalienable dignity of all people, regardless of their material status, were revolutionary. This view was later supported by Pope Paul III, who declared that indigenous peoples were, and I quote, true men, deserving of the same Christian respect and care as anyone else. This shift in doctrine led to a more nuanced approach to colonial interactions. Missionaries aimed to integrate Christian teachings with a respect for indigenous cultures, seeking to convert rather than kill and enslave. This represents a significant departure from earlier imperial practices that often disregarded the rights and dignity of conquered peoples, such as the Romans, which at the end of their imperium, one-third of their population were slaves with no rights. Hernan Cortez's letters from Mexico also provide a witness account of Spanish conquest and its impact on indigenous societies. These accounts show the dual purpose of colonial endeavors, the pursuit of material wealth, and the drive to spread Christianity. David Weber's The Spanish Frontier in North America explores the nuance of Spanish missionary work in the New World. It reveals how Christian doctrine influenced colonial policies, leading to efforts to convert and educate indigenous peoples, reflecting the evolving views on material and spiritual values. Today, our view of the material world continues to evolve, influenced by historical shifts and technological advancements. Eric H. Klein's 1177 BC, The Year Civilization Collapsed, and Will Durant's The Story of Civilization both provide insights of how early societal changes laid the groundwork for modern civilization in ways we may not expect. Eric Klein's examination of the collapse of civilization highlights how material and social upheavals have far-reaching consequences, the butterfly effect of its flapping its wings. Will Durant's comprehensive work on the history of civilization also offers broader context for understanding the interplay between material wealth, societal development, and the philosophical thought in which one views all of these things. As we navigate our contemporary era, characterized by rapid technological progress and global cultural exchanges, we are part of a continuum of humanity's quest to balance material wealth with spiritual and ethical values. This ongoing dialogue reflects our collective effort to reconcile the material and metaphysical aspects of existence. From ancient civilizations to modern societies, our ever-changing perspectives on the natural world reveal a deep and enduring quest for meaning, fundamental to the human condition. Understanding this history enriches our appreciation for the complex relationship between what we have and what we seek, between what we can hold and see and what we embody in our souls. Thank you very much.